And I believe we are live. You never know nowadays. And I mean, technology has been fighting me. So, yep, it says we're live. I'm gonna trust it this time. What up, everybody? It's your boy BTG Inferno here, episode 7 of Broken Controllers. Here with my co host. What's up, Irish?
What up? What up?
And got a lot of ground to cover today. There's some crazy stuff going on in the news as far as the industry goes. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that. If you looked at the description for the chat or for the video, we actually were talking about Sony and Microsoft partnering. It's the craziest thing, but that's what's going on. So uh, let's jump right into it here. There's really no show news. What are you playing this week, Irish?
I'm still playing on some of the Devil May Cry 5. I've also been playing a lot of the Pokemon Rumble Rush.
That's your
Not released in
that's what
America
we're gonna
yet.
do mobile minute on today.
Yeah, yeah.
Rumble Rush. I'm trying to find some gameplay of it on YouTube.
I mean, if you've ever been a fan of Pokemon Rumble, like this one's
So I've
far
actually
better than
never
any other
played
Rumble.
Pokemon Rumble. What is the gameplay like? Because I've honestly never played that
Um,
game.
Pretty much, really just kind of cheap graphics. You're running around, smashing other Pokemon, trying to get better Pokemon to get to the next area. Pretty simple but addictive.
I'm a close talker, so I
Very
was.
addictive.
Yeah. Okay, I want to make sure that our audio is all right here, real quick. Yeah, we're good. All right, cool. Make sure we don't got an echo. I'm gonna go ahead and anyway. So is that how's DMC treating you then?
Oh, dude, I finally got Dante unlocked,
Oh yeah.
and I was doing a little looking around on some stuff last night, and I haven't gotten very far into it yet. I mean, I'm probably about like halfway,
Yeah.
but I was seeing that Virgil, Dante's twin brother, might come in at some point. So
Oh yeah.
I'm really like, hoping that happens. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that would be sick. Um,
I tried not to spoil myself too hard on it because I love the story.
yeah. I actually pulled up the Sony and Microsoft story, so I'll actually put that on screen when we go to talk about it. Um, but is that all you're playing this week?
Yeah, currently.
Okay. So it's going to be pretty short and sweet for me. I did bring up some gameplay. Obviously, I am playing Mortal Kombat. I'll go ahead and throw some gameplay up of that. There's really not a lot to say there. It's Mortal Kombat. I mean, there's I pretty much said everything that I can say about it at this point. It's a fun
Uh,
game. Uh, honestly, can't complain there. I had a lot of I had a good time with it. Continue to have a good time with it. Anybody that's been following my streams, you guys know that I'm actually training for a tournament. So, and that'll be like a professional gaming tournament. So, like, there's money involved and all that. So, I am busting my balls for that. Really working hard on that. So, wish me luck as far as that's concerned. Um, the other thing is I played a little bit more Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is fun. I mean, I so I'm having a hard time with Kingdom Hearts because I'm playing on critical right now, and although I love the game, I'm willing to bang my head against the wall for any amount of time to progress the story. The problem that I'm running into is that the bosses are, one, two shot kills. So as far as like taking damage goes, it's not realistic. Like if you plan on trying to take any sort of damage in there, you better have potions. And right now the item space is limited, so not having cure and then also having limited amounts of items is really pushing the envelope as far as like the game goes in general. So I mean that is I mean it's Kingdom Hearts. It's fun, but golly, it's frustrating right now. Um, I played a little bit more Apex, Apex Legends.
Always fun.
Always fun, yeah. I should download that on PlayStation. We should hop on that. My brother is a huge fan of that. My dad also, he's playing Apex constantly.
Oh,
It's kind
nice.
of weird to see my dad play video games like it all. So when something's grabbing him and pulling him in like that, it's good. Because he's not that guy. He's not the guy that's going to sit down and play video games for a whole day. And he does that all the time with Apex. So um, definitely, if you have a console, check it out. I mean, it's free. The only thing it's not on is Switch. So if you have a Switch and that's all you have, I'm
Honestly,
sorry.
I wouldn't doubt they bring it to Switch here soon as
They,
well.
they actually released a press release a couple weeks before we actually started the podcast that was saying, hey, like this isn't we're not going to release anything on the Switch as far as that goes. Like,
What?
yeah, they said maybe if we do an iteration on the game itself, like we'll release something, but as far as like this the first Apex that we currently have, they're not going to release one. So there's kind of a bummer there. Um,
For real.
um, I played I played a little bit of Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Ooh,
Um,
yeah.
so this is my first chance to check out this game. I didn't know what to play this weekend, or this week, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and tackle the backlog, and check out a new order.
Barbecue.
So,
I hear children.
dang it, sorry about that. So I went ahead and went to check out the new order this week, and honestly, I didn't get to play it a whole lot. I only got to play it. I saw all this. I only got to play it for about 45 minutes, an hour. Um, what I saw of it is the plot's very cool. You open up in this plane. You can see it on the game right now. You open up in this plane and you're getting shot at. You're in a war situation. No spoilers, obviously, because I'm only an hour into the game. And you have to climb down into a hatch, and you're a gunner. So you start like gunning these planes down. Well, sorry about the adjustment, guys. Sorry, my bad. Anyway, so you have to gun these pilots down. Well, these jets are future jets, like even by 2019 standards, like they're not normal jets, like they're futuristic, like jets, and you're set in 1942. You know what I mean? So you're in this old plane, and then here comes these fighter
Interesting.
jets, dude, that are like able to teleport and throw up shields, and like it's just crazy, dude. Like I'm like, we're gonna get tore up out here, and we did. Like
Oh,
we
man.
barely got away, you know what I mean? But the plot is very cool. I like the name for the difficulties. Um, I can't remember the difficulty I'm on, but it's basically the equivalent of medium. And the very first difficulty, like very easy, is called Daddy Can I Play? And like with each of these
It's like a
difficulties,
Duke Nukem kind of
yeah,
system.
exactly, exactly. So with each of these, here's the gunning part that I was talking about. But for each of these things, there's a corresponding picture next to the guy of how mad the face is. So like very hard, the equivalent of very hard, the dude's face is like very mad. He's covered in blood and his eyes are red. And then it gets progressively easier. Well, for very easy, it's a picture of the guy with a binky in his mouth and a bib. And the name of it is Daddy Can I Play? So I laughed at that pretty good. Um,
uh,
if you
Doom
guys
was
get a
another
chance,
one that did
so
stuff like
far, what's that?
Doom was another game that did stuff like that with
Yeah,
the difficulty settings.
yeah, yeah. If you guys get a chance, I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. Check it out if you can. It's on Game Pass, so definitely Give it a look if you guys get a chance. I wanted to try something different today while I was talking about the Pokemon trading card game. I was actually going to play it because that was something that I played this week. This week. Um, so I really like this game. Um, oh gosh, hold on. I just wanted to make sure that the sound's not going to play. Oh, it doesn't want to open. Alright, well, that's fine. Whatever. But I played the Pokemon trading card game. That was a lot of fun. That game is exactly what you'd expect. It's just like Yu-Gi-Oh. It's Pokemon Online. You gotta love it. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Pokemon trading card game. I play Pokemon Go. I don't know if you keep up with it at all, but I've always been a huge fan of the Pokemon franchise. Um,
Oh yeah, I've got Pokemon Go myself, level 34. I've also got Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu for the
Cruising,
Switch.
yeah. I bought it, but
Pokemon Shuffle for the mobile.
oh, dude,
Yeah,
Pokemon's great, dude. Like
yeah.
they've always made great games. So I did play that. I did play some Pokemon trading card game this weekend or this week. A lot of fun. I'll
Sword and
probably play some.
Shield, bro.
What's that? Oh, dude,
Sword and
I'm
Shield.
so excited. It like the last
Oh,
time they like something like this. The last time like something like this had me this excited was Gale of Darkness DX. Pokemon DX for the GameCube. So good. It was so good, dude. And the only reason I was so excited for that game is because when I caught Lugia, I ported him over to gold. So it
rightfully
was
so.
legit.
Oh man,
Excuse me.
my
So I
buddy,
played.
my buddy Lando, man, he is just like the worst when it comes to shiny hunting.
Oh
He
yeah.
has like stupid amounts of shinies, man. Stupid amounts.
That's cool, dude. How many do you have to find before you actually run into a shiny? Because I've had streaks all the way up to 12, dude. And it's like, what the
Um,
heck?
it's really like it depending on the game. It's hit and miss because he's had times where he'll pull a shiny off of like 20, 30 runs, and then
Wow.
other times it could take excess of 500.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
No, I give up at that point. You can go do your
Yeah, like
thing.
he's bad about it, man.
The only time
Like,
I ever ran into a shiny, dude, I was playing Pokemon Gold, and I ran into a shiny Charizard, dude. I was just trekking through the grass, normal like level 2 area. Shiny Charizard
oh man,
shows up, dude. Like level 50, right? And I'm like, what is this? I was like, did my game
crazy.
break? So, right, so I'm confused, right? So I throw a regular basic Pokeball, and he breaks it right away. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna mess with this. I don't want this shiny to get away. Throw it. So I throw my Master Ball. It broke it. It broke the Master Ball. Yeah, it
What?
broke the Master Ball. And I swear to this day, I swear that was a glitch. I swear. Never happened again. So.
See, I always loved the missing no glitch, the old
Oh
Pokemon
yeah,
games.
missing number. Oh dude, for the old Pokemon games, Red and Blue. Oh my
Hmm.
gosh, and Yellow, I guess too. I was always too afraid. I
Ultimate
had a
items.
I had a Nintendo DS, 169. It was $169 when I bought it, and I was always afraid to try and run that glitch. And I realized once you get to the guy in Pewter Town, he will only show you to catch Pokemon once in the redo of that game, and I'm sure that's because people were crashing their systems. I'm sure of it.
Mm,
It makes sense. But
yeah,
yeah, Pokemon trading card game. Great game. Great game. It's free. Go play it if you get a chance.
and
Definitely.
if you want free cards monthly, join the Pokemon Club.
Yeah, they give you coins every month. They give you coins to go spend on stuff in the game. So I'm actually
Yeah,
part of
well,
it too.
that, and on top of it, you get one like random code ultra rare every month. I do believe it is.
Oh wait, so they give you like a shift code?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Every month in your email. You have to join the newsletter.
Yeah, that might be worth checking out for sure. Um, all right, so I guess we'll go into Mobile Minute now. We have plenty of time to talk about it, so if you want to rate it and all that, definitely. So we're talking about Pokemon Rumble Rush, you said?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, I'll let you take it away on this one. Go ahead.
Well, currently it's only released in officially released in Australia. They're talking within the next, I think it was like month or two, maybe three at tops. It's supposed to release here in North America,
Oh, okay.
but I went and downloaded the beta APK and have been playing around on it. And honestly, it's just the same old Rumble, but they've made all kinds of additions with gears and such like that. So you can actually add um, power boosts to the Pokemon and additional moves that they wouldn't normally have. For instance, you can take a Charizard and give it a Surf move
Oh,
from.
wow.
Um,
That's
yeah, and
pretty.
it pretty much, I think from what I'm gathering of it, is it like summons that Pokemon in as like a partner Pokemon. So they pull that one move and then they go away.
Oh,
And
wow.
you
Cool.
only get the one, you get that move every time you kill, um, I think it's like 5 of the standard Pokemon. Like,
Oh,
so if
okay.
you're going against a boss, you can drop it like, 4 or 5 plus times depending on your power, how fast the boss dies.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to check that out, dude, actually, when it comes
Yeah,
out.
it's really cool. I like it. And I mean, as far as APK goes, I don't know if you've ever messed with installing APKs, but it seems like it's reliable.
Yeah.
But then again, you never know unless you go digging through all the code inside of those.
Yeah, that's I mean, dude, I hopefully they release it over here because that sounds really cool.
Yeah,
My
it's,
moonshot is
I'm currently on
providing
the beta
affordable renewable
Oh,
energy
so
and a
locally.
excuse me,
safe
hold
On the
on.
world
beta.
for the rest
I
of the
got
world.
something playing on this side, my bad. I'm not sure what
Oh,
it
it's all
is.
good.
Whatever, I just closed that down. Hold on, let me try and pull that up. Sorry. Pull that back up, my bad. Um Honestly, I'm just trying to there's a lot of games coming out this month, so I'm trying to get all of them. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted. Oh,
Oh,
it's still going.
yeah. I mean, as far as this version of Rumble goes, I mean, I personally have been waiting for Rumble to come out on mobile. What, like 5 years?
Really? That's
Yeah,
crazy,
and
dude.
they had initially released a version of Rumble over in Japan. Never ever made it here.
Ah, that's really
Yeah,
disappointing.
and then I was digging around, caught wind of the Rumble Rush, finally being released in Australia, and I was just like, go digging around on it. Come to find, yeah, they're for sure going to be releasing this one here soon in America. But
Wow,
yeah,
that's really cool.
I'd have to say it's got a solid 4 out of 5 as
Yeah,
far as what it is.
nice, cool. Good, good,
And
good. Something to look forward to.
the,
So, Pokemon Rumble
the
Rush.
graphics on it are pretty solid too. You can crank them up. It's got low all the way to highest.
That's pretty cool. So, whatever your phone can handle,
Yeah,
you
and
can just go hog
I was
wild.
able to run it just fine on my Pixel at highest quality setting.
Oh,
low
cool. So it's
frame.
not very intensive.
Yeah, it's really simple, basic graphics. Although I did notice with the Pixel, if I have the graphics cranked all the way up, both frame rate and graphics, uh, it doesn't really charge. Even on, like when I got it hooked up to the fast charge,
Right.
it kind of just sits, like doesn't go up, doesn't go down. It's using as much as it's taking in on the quick charge on the highest settings. That says
Right.
anything.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, that's cool. I mean, it means that it's not very intensive, and that we'll be able to pretty much be any phone be able to run that. So, because I had some gameplay set up to play here, I was trying to get it. I was fumbling around with it, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it up now. That way, everybody can check it out. But this is Pokemon Rumble Rush. This is the first 15 minutes of gameplay. I think this is just the first one. So,
Just
I mean, it
regular
looks pretty
Rumble.
cool. It looks like kind of like a Dynasty Warriors type RPG thing. This is something I would definitely like to check out for sure. It's a little cutesy, but hey, you know,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
it's
it's
Pokemon.
originally for, I do believe, the 3DS.
Yeah, yeah, the 3DS. That makes sense. Like the whole Mystery Dungeon series kind of is what it reminds me of.
Yep.
Did you ever play those games?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, those games are good. Um, so I guess we'll jump into news here, and we got new releases coming up too. So uh, there's a lot of news. Let me pull this up here. Did we share this out? I can't. I don't know honestly. Did we share
What do you
this?
mean?
Like to Twitter and Facebook?
Oh yeah, I shared it.
Okay. I can never remember. I want to make sure that echo. Um, I want to make sure that I get it shared out real quick before we get into news.
Oh my God, this cutscene.
What are you playing?
DMC5 right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should check that out. So yeah, I'm
Oh,
tackling my backlog this next coming week. So I'll have a lot to talk about. So lots to talk about there. So
God, man. It looks so crazy. Hey, there's some orbs up there. I don't know, can you see it very well?
what's that?
Are
Oh
you able to
wow,
see?
a little bit. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude. I don't know where the fuck I'm at this point. It is insane looking though.
All right. So what the
Oh,
heck? No, turn that off. What is going on? Oh, that was an accident. I'm so sorry, everybody. That was such an accident. I
oh,
thought I
what
was
happened?
doing. I was doing I thought I was doing a picture-in-picture from my YouTube. From my YouTube uh, channel. I thought it was going on my TV. Damn it.
Ooh,
And uh, um, and it was actually just an ad. So I'm really sorry about that.
ooh.
Yeah, it was actually just an ad. Hope we don't get in trouble for that. But it is what it is. It was an accident. So if they want to give me a copyright strike, whatever. I'll take it and go somewhere else. So, whatever. It's free advertising. So,
Sweet God. I can't get up there to get this.
but I guess we'll jump into news. Lots of news to cover this week. This is where our ground is. Actually, I was actually trying to make it somewhat quick as far as what we played this week, and the reason being is because we have a lot to talk about as far as the the Sony and Microsoft team up. So Sony and Microsoft teamed up. I actually have on my notes here. When did hell freeze over? I didn't think this would ever happen. So Microsoft announced last year that they weren't directly competing with um, with Sony anymore, and rightfully so. I mean, they were getting creamed out there. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you wouldn't be a direct competitor, but now they're talking about collaborating with Sony, and Sony's excited to do this actually, which is you wouldn't expect to see that from Sony. Basically, the gist of this was Sony needed an infrastructure partner. Their infrastructure is not great for the PlayStation, and nobody would argue that the infrastructure is not great. As far as
Yeah.
like notifications and messages and stuff like that go, you can't find them. Like you have to go through your the dashboard or whatever. So, and Xbox knows that that infrastructure sucks, but on that same hand, Sony can actually develop games and sell them on the Xbox, and that's a huge plus for both Sony and Microsoft because they're both making money on that front. And additionally, they're going to be working on some other stuff. I actually have some notes here that I wrote down. Or I
Well,
typed
I
out,
know
whatever.
that Microsoft's Azure has been struggling to compete against Amazon's cloud computing options. So I think this is also
Well,
another means of them trying to kind of reevaluate Azure and put it in a different direction. It's not going to be competing quite as heavily with Amazon on that
well,
front.
where I think where Azure shines is its AI capability. Like
Yes.
what and like that's something that they pointed out in the article that I was reading on USA News was basically, and I'll actually throw this up right now so that everybody can check it out. But basically, they were saying like you know, Sony has really good oh what was it here? Hold on, let me see here. Sony has good sensor capabilities is what was what the article said. And I was watching a YouTube channel and he was saying, this means that they're gonna make games smarter than ever and more faster and better. And I actually disagree. I don't think it's gonna have much to do with the games at all. I think it's gonna have more to do with the actual hardware of the system. They're going to draw off of each other's strengths, like the article said. The infrastructure of the PlayStation is going to improve, and then also uh, streaming service, PS Now. They're going to go to more toward like a Game Pass directive, and Microsoft is going to get more quality games from Sony out of it. So it's not like it's just a one direction deal. Like they're both getting stuff out of it. That's why it's called a collaboration. But here's the article. If you guys want to read, feel free to read it. There's the whole thing. This was actually on news on Microsoft News. I actually got my information from USA Gamer, so this is a little bit different. But the gist of it is the same. I mean, basically they're going to be using Sony's sensor technology. Sony's going to help them in that direction, and Microsoft's going to help them in an operating system direction. So there's actually some huge, huge things happening between Sony and Microsoft. You had a theory about E3.
Yeah. I'm guessing that the whole reason why that Sony has backed out of, at least publicly backed out of E3 this year, is because they may be possibly doing a guest appearance alongside Microsoft with this new partnership.
Yeah, I mean it's very possible. I could see it. I mean that would make sense. Like get it, like what we were talking about before the show. Just get out of Dodge, let them do their thing. And by the way, this was announced last Wednesday. Um, an article on USA Today written by Mike Snyder had to say that the collaborations announced on Thursday focus on developing improved cloud delivery of the games and other content. This is quote, by the way, as well as delivery of Sony's current services using Microsoft Azure Data Center platform. Um, so as far as like that stuff goes, it sounds like Microsoft isn't evaluating it. Sounds like more like Sony's gonna draw off of it. You know what I mean? I don't know. We won't really find out what this article really means until probably late next year. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of decoding. Like a lot of what the words that they used were, they made it very vague. I'll leave it at that. You know, they just left it very vague. And that's for sure. So
And usually when Sony gets vague like that, they got some tricks up their sleeve, something hidden that's cool.
I'm hoping Microsoft will taper them on that on that front, because here's the thing, like with those two collaborating, you know, I actually wrote down some benefits here. With those two collaborating, the collaboration was announced Thursday. Team up options never seen before. We could finally see crossplay, which would be incredible. And then developing strategies double. So like you're gonna have a whole slew of just like, I hope it's not too much for them to manage. You know what I mean? Because as they are different companies, there's gonna be a lot to handle when all this stuff is happening. So um, it also said that Microsoft also explained that they were partnering to help with subscription services. We kind of talked about that, such as Game Pass and PS Now, vastly different subscription services, the best of both worlds. So they're actually going to help each other on that front. There is actually some benefits to PlayStation Now. I don't know what they are, but um, I mean, there are some benefits.
PlayStation Now, they've actually made some great improvements too. I mean, initially when it came out, the servers were weak, and you constantly had freaking buffering and low quality visuals, you know, on the games. But now they've made great improvements to the servers and the stability of everything.
Yeah.
And you know, honestly, I've played quite a few games, new and old, and everything plays perfect. Maybe
Yeah.
not quite as good a graphics as, you know, having it downloaded or disc copy, but they do even offer with some of the games for downloading. So I
That's
mean,
cool.
some of there is like a handful now that you can download and kind of eliminate the buffer altogether, so you're getting the best quality out of it.
Nice. So,
So I mean, I think they're trying to do that to compete with not Redbox, well, Redbox,
Stadia,
both.
probably, I would say. Because Google's
Uh,
gearing up to release that streaming service, you know what I mean? And they're going to come
True,
out hot.
true. But I
Like
mean,
they're,
their current top competitors are Redbox, which has been offering, you know, game stream shit, and
yeah,
started offering.
yeah, gameplay. Yeah, for sure. I actually wrote down a couple more things that I wanted to go over. The biggest thing is it's important to remember that there are a ton of streaming services out there. This is one more tick to the list, and gamers will have serious options coming up next year. So the fact of the matter is you know, there's launchers. You know, there's Steam, there's Epic launcher,
NVIDIA now
Ubisoft.
is a new PC stream option that's looking to compete against Shadow.
Yeah, and you know, you got Shadow, there's Stadia coming out, you know, there's Game Pass, there's PS Now, there's EA Access. You know, you have all these different options, and streaming services are going to need to step up their game if they expect to stay in business. Like Stadia is going to come out, and I really think they're going to change the game, dude. I really think they're going to come out, and they're going to come out swinging, and they're going to come out with titles that everybody's going to be like, wow, we need to play that right now, and they're going to be exclusives to Stadia. I mean, there's a lot to look forward to next year. And as gamers, like you know, one of the videos I said or that I watched, you know, it's an amazing time to be a gamer right now. It's an incredible time to be a gamer, no doubt. Like it's pretty cool. There's some pretty cool stuff happening. And then the other thing that I wrote down is, you know, this isn't all positive. It's important to. It's also important to remember that the downside is a potential effect on economies, specifically small ones with third-party games retailers and places like GameStop and Walmart. They will see a drop in sales. And the reason I say that is because, especially with smaller economies, they've proven that video games are recession-proof, which means that they're important to moving money in the economy at this point. Everybody plays video games. It's a form of entertainment. It's like when the TV was released. Not everybody watched TV, but as it grew and the popularity grew, people started watching TV over listening to radio. Video
And
games are the
you know,
same
and
situation. You know what I mean?
uh,
Like,
e-commerce has been taking over heavy, and when you figure gaming is mostly ran by freaking a bunch of nerds,
yeah,
e-commerce is going to be the heaviest target guaranteed, considering that's the big move right now. And
and
it's not for bad reason either. Like there's a lot of money that can be made in e-commerce because you're not just targeting a local region like you are with opening a singular store. You're targeting the whole world, or at
right,
least have the potential for
right,
doing so,
exactly.
which means billions, not just millions or thousands, but billions.
Right. And that's my biggest thing. Like, like those retailers are gonna see a serious drop in revenue because they're not selling video games as much as they used to be. I'm wondering what this means for Sony's choice to not. I wonder if that was a Microsoft Sony decision, like, hey, don't let these people sell your games anymore because you can actually offer deals through PlayStation and bring your customers in. You know what I mean? So I'm wondering where all that is on that front. So it's
I
interested. I'm
mean,
interested to see where
they're
it's gonna
still
go.
gonna ultimately have their money made, their money being made from the physical side of things, because you're gonna have people that are gonna be willing to put down the money to buy the physical copies of
Yep.
things,
I mean, look
so
at
they
VR.
have the reliability of being able to play.
Yep.
Because I mean, if anything happens to the infrastructure and you lose connection with their systems, you no longer have any of your games or any of that
Right.
when you're relying solely on the cloud.
They need to have
So I mean,
some
they're
sort
still
of
going to make
backup.
money
Yeah.
on both fronts, but they're definitely going to be having a heavier push towards the cloud front at this point,
Yeah. Cloud
because
computing and
there's
all
a
that.
lot more money that could be made from it.
Yeah. Because you're not using your own servers at that point. But cool stuff. I mean, it's a good time to be alive, man. There's some really cool stuff happening. Excuse me. I'm so sorry about that. But here's the story one more time here. Gotta go. Yes. Sorry about that. That was a call. I just said gotta go.
Oh, good.
The disinfectant spray? Yes, I do. But I can't bring it in right now. So sorry about that. Benefits of being a newer podcast. So I'm just gonna start muting my phone for this little hour that we do. But anyway, moving on. Give me just a moment here. Get my handy dandy notes up. We could see another Bioshock early 2020. Let me read this. Read what I have written down real quick, and then I'll get your thoughts on it. An article from comicbook.com written by Tyler Fisher explains that Take-Two shared with some investors some plans involving the fiscal year, saying there was a quote tidbit about Bioshock. The article goes on to say that Take-Two Interactive revealed that for this fiscal year, it will release Kerbal Space Program DLC, Borderlands 3, NBA 2K 2020, WWE 2K20, and The Outer Worlds and Ancestors: Humankind Odyssey. There was little to no info about these games, though. So, what do you think? You think we're gonna get another Bioshock?
I'm hoping, from what I'm seeing, there's top secret 2K stuff in the works.
Well, here's the thing. The thing about 2K the thing about Bioshock is, with Bioshock Infinite. I don't know if you played that or not. Bioshock Infinite. It was a
Yeah.
fantastic game. Um, with Bioshock Infinite, they released an unlimited amount of possibilities with this game as it stands with the genre. There was basically an infinite amount of worlds, and that's what they wrapped up in Bioshock Infinite was that there was this infinite amount of worlds, and that basically anything could happen within these infinite amount of worlds. So seeing another Bioshock, it doesn't seem too far out of the realm of possibility as far as the story goes. And then additionally, it's not like 2K just wants to throw this genre or this title to the side. I mean, it did make them money, and the original Bioshock was just revolutionary. You know, it was based off of the book Atlas Shrugged, and if you guys get a chance to go read that, go read it. It's a great book. I can't remember who wrote it. It was a lady that wrote it, I believe. But great game. Check it out. I mean, I honestly, if they release another Bioshock, day one for me. Day one. I will get it day one.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't have any internet stuff to worry about, because as far as internet stuff goes, you know, that stuff runs into problems. You're going to need to patch it. And I try to stay away from games as a service online as far as that goes. So honestly, hopefully, I hope we get another Bioshock, and I hope it's every bit as good as the others, because the others were fantastic games. Go check them out if you get a chance. Call of Duty 2020 is now in Treyarch's hands. People are calling this Black Ops 5, and the Call of Duty games were traditionally supported by 3 devs. Those devs were Infinity, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer. What do you think?
Well, I mean, Treyarch has done some pretty decent work with Call of Duty franchise, so I mean, I've always loved Black Ops games.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
Black Ops
guess.
5 would be nice as long as they do it right and don't just
Well,
go
I mean,
screwing it
people are
up like
calling
they did
it
with
Black Ops
4,
5. I don't know.
or not 4, but 3. 3 was kind of,
I'm kind of wondering where Infinity Ward is going to land on this stuff, because as far as Infinite Warfare went, like, it wasn't good. You know what I mean? So I'm wondering where they're going to sit on this, and then Treyarch is just kind of taking this over, which I wonder where that's going to leave Sledgehammer. I never even heard of them before this article anyway, so as far as that goes, I knew who Treyarch and Infinity Ward were, but an article on comicbook.com says, according to Kotaku's sources, Call of Duty 2020 was actually being developed by both Sledgehammer and support studio Raven Software, but that was recently handed off to Treyarch. You think it's going to be good then?
I mean, I got high hopes.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm
But
at with it. I got
I
high
mean,
hopes.
I can't hold my breath on that one. That's for
Right.
sure. It's really been hit and miss with the Call of Duty. I mean, they make a really good one and then make a really crappy one. Make a
Yeah.
really good one again. And make a couple more
Here's looking
crappy
at you,
ones.
Infinite Warfare.
For real.
So, last news story for the week: Tom Clancy's The Division 2 is failing to meet Ubisoft's sales expectations. Ubisoft doesn't really know why. Suspect competitors are Apex Legends, new releases like DMC 5 and Secure Shadows Die Twice, because it was released alongside The Division 2. I said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I think The Division lost a lot of its steam. The first one was really great. The first Division was incredible. What I'll say about that, though, is that it was a new type of gameplay. It wasn't something that we were used to, and it was something that we could actually look forward to being different. I actually wrote a blog on GameSpot that was explaining why No Man's Sky was such a big deal. I wrote a blog a few years back, and No Man's Sky was being talked about. This was when the developers were getting death threats because it got pushed back another year. Which, by the way, that's fucking ridiculous. If you're sending a developer game threats, don't play video games. Like you don't death threats. Like you don't need to play video games. Stay the fuck away from consoles. Stay away from computers. Go outside, get some fresh air, go play sport, just to do something with your life because there's more to life than video games. You don't need to be sending death threats over a video game. Anyway,
For real.
um, uh, I wrote why No Man's Sky was such a big deal and what there was to look forward to. And basically, it came down to gamers were desperate for something new. You know what I mean? And that's what VR is. You know, that's why people are going out and spending these thousands of dollars on VR headsets because it's something that's entirely different. Like it's a new aspect of gaming. You ever see anybody play Beat Saber? They get really into it. You know what I mean? And I actually really want that game. So like, there's a lot to expect as far as um, that stuff was concerned. And the Division back then was a new game. It was a new style. It was a new idea. The Division Two, they really didn't improve a whole lot. In fact, in a lot of well, not in a lot of ways. In a few ways, it was a step back for the skills and the stuff that they were trying to implement for the second one. Like, so the
Sounds
fact that
almost
it's
like
not,
Destiny 1 to Destiny 2.
yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I mean? And honestly, I don't. I feel like the Division's golden days are over. And if you're gonna expect to sell a third one, and you want this thing to crush, sales, and I guess on the computer it's doing all right, but this is just console sales. But if you want it to crush it with console gamers, you're gonna have to add something new. Look at what God of War did. They completely revamped
I
the
mean,
game.
like you were saying with the No Man's Sky, honestly, when Destiny was first coming out,
New
like
idea?
I was honestly expecting Destiny to be more of like a No Man's Sky kind of feel with the whole concept of being able to fly your ship,
Yep.
to each planet or
To and
whatever.
from. Right.
Yeah, and they had us all hyped. Oh, you're gonna be able to fly your ship. Da, 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 da. It's like then you get in there, you're seeing what their idea of flying a ship is. It's just like this is BS. Yeah, you let me get a ship, but I can't go inside of it. I mean, even Warframe let you go inside the damn thing.
Yeah. And
You
Warframe,
know,
actually, they made some really good improvements too, as well.
yeah, Warframe is fucking
Warframe's deep.
phenomenal,
Yeah.
and for being free, like they I'm sorry, surpassed fucking Destiny in my opinion, and then some.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. For sure. So we'll see what happens with Division. We'll see if they pick it back up. And if, when 3 rolls around, if they're doing all right. So, um, I guess we'll move on to new releases because that's really it for news stories. We talked pretty long about news. Um,
It was a newsy kind of day, man.
yeah, it was a newsy kind of day. Um, let's see here. Let me get my handy dandy phone working here. All right, so new releases for May through the month of May. Battlezone Gold Edition for May. This is May 1st at Xbox One. I don't know anything about that game. Um, I hope it's on Game Pass. I guess. We got, what the hell? I guess I
Rage 2.
meant to say May. Yeah, Rage 2.
Ooh,
I was actually gonna get to that on a little bit
the
later here. Have you played that yet?
I have not, but I've seen clips and such on it, and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Another one I'm really looking forward to is the new Bubsy.
PUBG?
Yeah, I know. I really liked Bubsy back in the day.
I've never played that, I don't think.
I think it was originally for Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So this is courtesy of Newsweek that we're actually getting this information. So if some of this stuff isn't right, I totally apologize. I didn't have time to. This is definitely not right. Because this is saying tropical freeze. Like, this is 2018, that's why. Okay.
Oh, goodness, there's a large drop list for month of May.
Do you got the new releases
Between-
up for this month?
Yeah.
Do you want to take it over?
Oh man, this is a long list, bro. Especially
Yeah.
for everything.
I mean,
Let's see here. We've already gone and taken a look at Rage 2.
I'm
Bubsy.
silencing this thing.
New Castlevania Anniversary Collection for all systems, PC, PS4, Xbox, and Switch. Coming out on the 16th. Oh, already out as of the 16th. My bad.
Oh, by the way, tomorrow's my birthday. Fun stuff.
Oh, shit. Well, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
19th is my dad's birthday as well.
Oh, cool.
It's pretty epic.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, we got the Division 2 just came out on the 16th. Guilty Gear just came out on the 17th yesterday. We got Guilty Gear for PS4 and Switch. Then we got the 20th anniversary edition for the Switch, and then XX Ancient Core Plus R for the Switch as well. All released yesterday. And going on, we've got Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered being brought out for the Switch on the 21st.
Right.
As well as Liberation Remastered for the Switch on the 21st.
That's something to look forward to.
Dauntless for PC, PS4, and Xbox on the 21st as well.
Do you
not
just
sure
want
if
to cover up
anybody's
to the
into-
21st and then we can cover next week?
What's up?
Do you just want to cover those and then we can cover next week? That way we don't
Yeah.
have to do the whole month all in 1 week. Fair enough. That's fine. There's a lot of games coming out.
Yeah, dude. Fucking stupid amounts. Then, more on the 21st, we're looking at Resident Evil Remake for the Switch, Resident Evil 0 for the Switch, Resident Evil 4 for the Switch.
Wow.
One I'm definitely looking forward to, as I said in the last stream, is the Team Sonic Racing.
Yeah, I'm looking
coming out
forward
for
to
all
that
systems
too.
as well.
For sure. Definitely something to look forward to. Absolutely. So
And I think
moving
that's it.
forward, so we really need your questions, guys. If anybody's watching that wants to send in questions, feel free to do so. We don't get questions, like, we're a new podcast, so to be fair, like, nobody's like really sending us questions. So plug that. If you, your friends, anybody wants to send in questions, please do. Like, we're more than happy to answer anything.
Well,
Well,
almost anything.
yeah, as far as video games go. So, like, just
Anything video game related.
video game related, exactly. So if you guys have questions, please send those in. Feel free to do so. I actually did something in the show notes this week. I actually put our Twitter and, well, I didn't put my Facebook information in there because I'm having a password issue with that, so I'm gonna have to fix that later on down the road. But I did put the Twitter follow and then the Mixer for me and then Twitter for him. I did not do your Twitch. I'm sorry, man, I didn't do that. So I will make sure that happens next week, though. Let me get my outline up here. Just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Oh, Discord. The server's up. Are you in the server, Irish?
Um, I don't believe so. No.
Okay. You want to plug that with your followers, and you don't. I mean, I was gonna make you a mod as soon as you joined. I mean, the admin, basically. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we
I've
run this
invited
shit,
you into.
so
I invited you into mine as well, right?
I don't think I got an invite from your
No.
in
Well,
yours. No, I don't think so.
I'll have to invite you. You can take a
So,
look around and see what it looks like.
right.
Get some ideas on building yours and shit.
Also, I wanted to tell people, I'm not sure when it's going to happen. We are going to try and get on Google Play and iTunes. I'm not sure what the requirements are for that. Um, if you don't mind, you're the tech guy. I was going to kind of leave that to you. So, if that's all right, are you done with that?
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
I'll
cool.
I'll definitely get in
Because I don't
get
know a
on
whole
it.
lot about that, and I figure you're majoring in that. So, whatever we got to do, you'll know how to do it. So,
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really personally done it, but I'm usually pretty decent about researching all that
right.
shit.
Cool, 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 cool. So we'll be getting that. We'll make that happen as soon as we can. Let's wrap this episode up here. Tell them where they can follow you, Irish.
Twitter, Insta, Facebook, everywhere. Irish1620.
I
With the
dropped his
exception of
Twitter down in the
Insta.
comments, so
Yeah.
or down in the description below. So as well as my Twitter and Mixer. So, and then like I said, I'll have your Twitch up there next week too. So.
And YouTube, Twitch, everywhere. Irish1620. Like I said, with the one exception being Facebook and, well, two exceptions rather, Facebook and Instagram, which is irish1620.gaming.
Right. I got to get on Instagram. I haven't done Instagram yet.
Out there in this world went and took Irish1620 and doesn't have any followers, isn't following anybody, just took the account just to take it from my ass before I could get to it.
You should message
Some
him and be
scummy
like, "Hey,
motherfucker out there.
I'll give
I
you 20
fired
bucks
him.
for it."
I bet you they're trying to get some fucking money out of my ass. But I've already been Instagram to try and get that squared away, see if they can delete the account because it's just taking up space and my name.
Right.
So I can't even use just Irish1620 with my actual name. I have to use this Irish1620 as my name, and then Irish1620.
Right.
Yeah, get out of here. Get rid of this guy who's doing nothing with nothing. Let me have my spot.
And for me, you guys can find me on Facebook at Broken Controllers, Twitter at BTG Inferno, on YouTube. If you search BTG Inferno on YouTube, those will be my streams. We're gonna put together a Broken Controllers channel, so that we'll actually start streaming there. So any of my subscribers, any subscribers you have, just kind of collaborate them all into one spot, and we'll do a Broken Controllers channel where all the reviews and the videos will go. That way, we're not getting individual stuff. We're not getting individual fame.
I mean, once you do that, all we have to do is create a shared playlist that we can upload our videos to.
Multiple at a time. Yep. That sounds like a plan. So be looking for that, guys. And then you guys can also find me at Mixer, BTG Inferno, and then Instagram's coming soon. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but it'll happen soon. So Patreon's still not up. Like I said, I want to build the fan base first. We're gonna keep continuing to do these. The first video got a pretty good first amount of views, but that was because I promoted it. I'll continue to promote these through Facebook and Twitter and all that. So, but thanks so much for coming, guys. I appreciate you guys showing up for the show, supporting the show. Did you have anything else that you wanted to plug, Irish, while we got you?
I think we covered about everything.
All right, cool. So there it is, guys. This is Broken Controllers episode 7. Looking at episode 8 next week. So we hope to have you guys there. Thank you so much for the support, and we will catch you next week. Later.